Hello fellow human, welcome back to another Dank Doggo / Choosing Beggars. We have 9 stories in total for you guys today. The first story is posted by you/GoNoMed. What do you mean you can't give me free pizza? I worked as a delivery guy for 3 years, and in my time there I met a lot of choosing beggars, entitled people, and just plain scammers. So I work at Domino's, and this lady bought about 4 to 5 large pepperoni pizzas for a party. Apparently, she underestimated the number of people that would show up and tried to rip off the same amount of pizza for free from us. It went something like this. "Thank you for calling Domino's. Insert error here. How may I help you?" "Yes, I received an order a few minutes ago, but the pepperonis were all spoiled. They had a bad taste and even had gray spots on them. It was disgusting and we threw them all away. However, I'm willing to be a good customer and just accept a free redo of the order with the new pepperonis this time, please." I got so damn scared because I honestly thought our pepperonis had gone bad. I apologized to her and told her that I'll notify the manager to see what we're allowed to do, and she said it was okay. However, as soon as I notified the manager and told him that she bought around 5 large pep pizzas, he knew exactly what order it was. I told him everything about the spoiled pepperonis, and he got mad because he said those pepperonis were delivered just the day before and he didn't open the bag until like 2 hours ago, so they were new. Not only that, but not a single person had complained the whole night, and they didn't smell or look bad. He got on the phone with her. "Yes, ma'am, I'm the manager here. I heard your issue. Are you sure they were spoiled?" Her. Obviously, I couldn't hear, but he told me later. "Of course, they were all spoiled. What were you saying? I know when my food is bad." "Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not saying anything. However, I'm asking because your order was delivered an hour and a half ago, and I find it odd that you called just now." "Well, I couldn't call earlier." "We will redo your pizzas if you give us back the pizza we delivered so we can inspect the pizza ourselves." This is not the store's policy at all. He just wanted to scare her into thinking it was. "What? Return the pizza? Look, we threw them all away. They were bad. Nobody touched the damn things." "Then get them out of the trash." "Ew, who would do that?" People who throw away their food and demand a redo an hour and a half later. "Screw it, I don't want your damn pizzas. This is a horrible customer service. You're supposed to give me a free order with the same amount of pizza. We have a party here and nobody will eat. You should have brought back the pizza as soon as you notice." She hangs up at this point. I love how going to the trash to get the pizza completely screwed over her lie. It was a situation in her dumb mind that didn't come up as a possible scenario. We have here the second story written by you/MaxBSS. I deliver food to a lady and she wants me to pay for it. So this happened recently, so the details are fairly sharp. In the country where I live, you can order food online and decide to pay online or by cash. Once you order someone on a moped or bike delivered to your house. I was a bike deliverer and someone ordered a huge order for around 40 euros. It was a rainy day and it was almost at the end of my shift, so I was already agitated before even hearing the order, and all of the mopeds were already on a delivery, so I had to cycle 5 kilometers to her address in the rain. Once I get to her house, I'm soaked and even more angry because when I go up to the door, some random guy opens up. This woman puts in the wrong address, and I needed to cycle for another 2 kilometers. Once I get to her actual house, I had to wait for her to open the door, and the most typical Karen you can think of opens the door, and I'm now knowing what she was going to do. She was going to try and get her food for free by telling me that her food was cold. M equals to me, I equals to idiot woman, B equals to boss. M: "Hi, you ordered?" I: "Yeah, that took you a while." Me: "Yeah, I got the wrong address, but it doesn't matter. I'm here and so is your food." With my best fake smile. I: "That's great, rips food out of my hand." Me: You still need to pay 40 euros. I: The food is cold. Me, of course it's raining. You made me go to the wrong address. That's not my problem. Me, it sorta is. Me, well what? Are you going to give me new warm food? Me, I can't just make warm food in your house. You better find a way or I'm going to call your boss. I've actually been on the phone with my boss the whole time and he's a ducking legend. He drinks beer with me and knows I'm low on money, so he always finds a way to put in more hours than I worked. I had earplugs in, wasn't being that rude. Me, go ahead, he will gladly tell you that I can't make food in front of your house and that you need to wait for a long time for your food. But I want my food now. Me, I can't help that. It's food now or your food is cold. But I want my food warm and now. Me, no need to start yelling at me. I'm going to call your boss and tell him that you're being rude. You can come in and hear what he has to say. I gladly step into the house to avoid the rain because it was still raining and there was no roof above the house. Puts her phone on the speakers. B, yellow, boss here, what can I do for you? Yeah, hello, I have a very rude delivery guy. B, could you tell me your address? Tells her own address. B, I don't have an order at that address. Me, she puts in the wrong address. It's under Tel's address where the order was placed. B, yeah, I see now that is 2 kilometers away. Yeah, but the food is cold. B, well that doesn't surprise me. So? B, so? Where's my warm food? B, that needs to be made. How long would that take? B, about 40 minutes. It is really busy now. But I want my food now. B, I can't do that, miss. Me, sorry miss, but you're going to have to wait. Boss, he also forced entry into my house. Me, no I didn't. Yes you did. Me, you invited me in. You made the whole floor wet. Me, yeah, it's raining outside. I'm not going to pay for my food now. Me, well, this still needs payment. You're going to pay for it. Me, no I'm not. Well, I'm not either. B, ma'am, calm down. No, you guys are attacking me. B, if you don't calm down, you'll not get any food at all. Screw you. B, OP, get out of the house. Idiot woman, you're not going to get any food from us anymore. After I left the house, I took the food by the way, and the woman yelled some crap after me. The boss got back on the phone with me and told me that I could get to eat the food, which was still sorta warm. Once I got back, he threw a beer at me and told me I could go. The lady called the store a couple of times and screamed at my boss. Hope I never see you again, idiot. Well, it's very fortunate to have an understanding boss like that. What a great guy. Next up, we have the third story shared by u/Blueland. Guy throws a fit because I won't give him 1 beer after he had 4 for free. So this is about my ex-roommate's entitled boyfriend. I had a lot of stories about them, but this was a glimpse of him. Back when I was trying to be nice, I bought a 6-pack of beer to share with him. He picked out the beer. I tried one and hated it, and I let him have the rest except for one. I liked the bottle, and the beer inside was a pretty color. I took 1 bottle into my room and left him with 3 extras. Let me be clear, I paid for this beer with my own money that I earned with my job. He might have quit his job by now. Well, he ran through those beers, and in a matter of hours, he somehow figured out that I had a bottle and he wanted it. When I refused to give it, he literally started whining like a 5 years old. Why can't I have it? It's not fair that you get to keep one. I could drink it and give you back the bottle. Stop being so selfish. The longer he whined, the more I was determined to never let him have it. When he realized that I wasn't going to give in, he ran to my ex-roommate and whined to her about it. She tried to get me to give it to him. He never forgave me for not giving him a beer. And the stupidest thing was that it was a $6 beer. But sadly, that was just the tip of the entitled iceberg. Well, it's never enough for CBs. Give them 3 for free, and they want everything. Moving on to the fourth story shared by u/PhysicsLover69. Choosing Beggar doesn't want stew, her kids demand salmon. 4 p.m. today, I get a knock on my front door. About half an hour after I got home from grocery shopping. It is someone who lives down the street from me, not my neighbor, but close enough. She asked if I have any food that I can spare because her home was just robbed, which is true. And she has no grocery money until the 15th. Completely understandable. She has 3 kids and they need to eat. Luckily, I was making a huge pot of beef stew. I normally make enough for both my significant other and I to take for work lunches for the week. So it was enough to feed 2 people for 5 days. I told CB that if she came back in about 2 hours, then she could have the entire pot pre-made for her, and the leftover ingredients, I have to make another pot. Now, cooking a giant pot of beef stew cost me about $5 per pot for ingredients, so I don't mind sharing. CB, well, my daughter doesn't eat red meat. Do you maybe have anything else? Me, well, sure. I can definitely make some vegetable stew. I have some vegetable stock I want to get rid of anyways. CB, well, actually, they saw you came back from the grocery store earlier and said you have some salmon. I was wondering if you could have that. Me, sorry, that's for my dinner party tomorrow. Salmon is about $30 a fillet, and that's not something I can afford to give away. It's a luxury for us. CB, but our house was just robbed, and we need food. Me, I know, and I'm so sorry that happened. If you come back with a container in a few hours, I'm more than happy to give you some stew. I really hope that you have a good day. She left, and I have no idea if she's coming back for the stew. Well, for your information, she did not end up coming back for the stew. More for me, though. What irks me the most is that they were actually stalking OP's groceries cart. On to the fifth story shared by u/Get Some Dinner, Fat Lad. You invite me to dinner about 2 days ago, and I didn't come. So I need you to make me a tray of food to bring to the party. Texted some neighbors saying I made lasagna and to come by if they wanted some. This morning I got 15 calls from a drunk neighbor at 5 a.m. Do you still have lasagna? No, everyone ate it. I'm sleeping. Well, can you make me food? I'm hungry. No, I'm sleeping. Got 4 calls at around 10 a.m. She's still drunk. Apparently, since she didn't eat lasagna 2 days ago, I owe her food somehow. She was asking for a whole tray of lasagna to be done in 30 minutes. Impossible, even if I had the ingredients. Because she promised a potluck that she'd bring lasagna. When I said I couldn't do it, she told me to make something. And she'd be by at 11 to pick it up. Put my phone on silent, put my headphones in, and I got in a bath. I never had someone tell me that since they didn't eat the food I was offered days ago, they can request a $40 tray of lasagna at any time. Insane. Well, picturing this lady at the potluck. Sorry, my housemate promised me she'd make lasagna for me, but backed out at the last minute, so I didn't bring anything. On to the sixth story shared by u/Catno. I'll take the baconator. I was in line at Wendy's and this homeless dude on a bike is riding up to every car asking for money for food. He finally gets to my car and tells me, I haven't eaten in 3 days. If you could just give me a couple of bucks so I can get something off the dollar menu, I'd really appreciate it. I politely told him that I only had my card on me, but if he tells me what he wants, I'll get him a sandwich or something. I'll take the baconator combo meal. I just laughed at him and said, nah man, that's more than my entire meal. Pick something off the value menu. But I want the baconator. So I told him that too bad and pulled around. When I was leaving, he was waiting for me at the exit and yelled at me, you really didn't get me the baconator? Well, isn't it like over $9 or something for the baconator meal? You can get like 3 sandwiches for $3, but he just has to have that? On to the seventh story shared by u/Come Sing With Me. So this happened today in a supermarket. So I read stuff here in absolute disbelief of how some people are. And I never imagined I'd ever encounter one myself, but I did today in a supermarket. I was in the milk section and picking up my usual choice of milk. which is the cheapest supermarket branded milk. $3 for 3 liters. Out of nowhere, a lady asked me if I can buy her a container of milk. The biggest one and the most expensive one. It's $7.80 a pop. I told her no way I'm buying that. For her, no less. She said she's hungry and the kids are in the car with her sister, yada yada yada. I told her I can offer 2 liters bottle for $2 and she said, "Yeah, nah mate, that's not what we drink. We have that expensive one." I lost it. Told her to screw the right off. Even now I'm fuming hours later. The nerve on that tramp. Opie was at least nice enough to even offer $2. I would have laughed and walked away. On to the 8th story shared by /Angry Canuck 676. ChoosingBeggar didn't want my samosa. This just happened. A convenience store near my bus stop is selling 2-for-1 samosas. As a samosa lover, I bought 2. While I was waiting for my bus, eating one of the samosas, a lady comes to me and asks for change so she can get something to eat. I told her I had no change, but I could give her my other samosa. She looked grossed out and said, "No thanks." She then proceeded to walk 5 paces away to smoke cigarette. Bonus story, I smoke, I know, and I was smoking near that same bus stop one day. A man came up to me and asked for a cigarette, and I gave him one. He then asked if he could have another. I said no, as I did not have many left. He said, "Screw you," and walked away with the cigarette I gave him. I need a car. For your information, second samosa has been eaten. What? If someone offered me a free samosa, I'd take that samosa. Those things are delicious. On to the final story shared by /the Alaskan Wolf. CB steals my phone and run when he can't unlock it. So, backstory. I'm selling my old iPhone 5 since it no longer serves me a purpose. It's fully up to date and nothing is wrong with it. I meet up with a guy who sent me a message saying that he wanted to look at my phone and try it out. I agreed and we met up. The conversation, guess who, sad face. Me, so you think it will do? CB, what gen phone is this? Me, it's a 5, a little old but everything runs like new. He looks at it, then backs to me. CB, it's old. Me, yeah? CB, no one is gonna buy it. Me, okay, can I have my phone then? CB, you should just give it to me for free. Now I realize this is a ChoosingBeggar because I love this subreddit, so I just try and leave. Me, listen, if you're not going to give me $60, then give me my phone back. CB looks like I just insulted his whole family. CB, no. He pockets the phone and walks off. My eyes widen as I follow the guy. "Sir, please give me my phone back," I say. He ignores me and continues walking. I'm so glad traffic was bad that day because a cop is sitting a few feet ahead of us. I let him walk further before going to the cop. I explain the situation and he understands. We joke to the guy and he plays victim. CB, "Oh, listen here lady, I told you off for stealing my phone already. You're only making things worse for yourself." The cops, "Unlock it." CB, "What? Cop, unlock the phone." CB turns into a ghost before throwing the phone at me and bolting. Turns out he did this thing for a living, stealing and selling phone, and he ended up in jail for some time. I was lucky that there was a cop nearby, or else I think he would have stolen my phone as well. This one is not a ChoosingBeggar, but a thief in my opinion, a terrible one at that. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.